Hi girls. Bad thing about the Challenge Tracker app, the only thing I've found bad so far is I can't really do any like live videos or I can only upload videos that are less than 3 minutes. So that's kind of the only thing is I have to do a video. If I want a video, I have to upload it on YouTube. So we could possibly even try to do like a Zoom before next week starts, but I'll just start here. Any questions that you have, let me know. Everybody's different about what they've done before programs. Some people have done programs, some people haven't. And so I'm just going to do like a quick overview of the program materials. And then, like I said, I'll probably do a video maybe tomorrow on Shakeology too, because some of us have used Shakeology and some of us haven't. And it's a little bit different with 21 Day Fix because you have to calculate what you put in it too. So this is the Get Started guide. This is right on Beachbody On Demand. If you click on 21 Day Fix and then program materials up at the top, all of these materials are there. There's way more than what I'm giving you here. So take some time at some point and try and go through all of those program materials before Monday. And you can even like look at the videos a little bit, see what's going on with those, and just kind of get a feel of what's going on. But the biggest difference with 21 Day Fix when Beachbody came out with this one was the portion containers. And so if you haven't used the portion containers before, it takes a second to get used to, but it actually is nice because it takes a lot of the guesswork out of meal planning and meal prepping and learning portion sizes and how much food you should and shouldn't be eating according to calories and things like that. So we're going to go over that just a little bit. But the step one part of it in the pack is your workout calendar. So these are the days you're going to be, or these are the days and these are the workouts you're going to do on each day. So each week is the same rotation of workouts for 21 days. So 3 weeks, 21 days, and see some results. If you're working out consistently every day, you're watching what you're eating, your portion sizes, you're drinking your Shakeology, your body's going to change. Everybody's different, but you're going to have some changes. So this is the schedule here. At the bottom, if this is not enough for you, a 30-minute workout isn't enough, it does show you where you can double up. So if certain days you have extra time and you want to do something more, then you can do those here. The next one, this is important too, is finding your calories. I know that some people are asking about calories. So this is where you're going to figure out what calorie range you're going to be doing. So your weight times 11 is your baseline. If you're trying to stay where you're at weight-wise and you're just trying to maintain, say you've already lost the weight that you wanted to lose, if you wanted to lose weight and you're just trying to maintain and be kind of healthy, you would stay there. If you're trying to lose some weight, like I'm trying to lose about 15 pounds just from the crazy amount of food I was eating through the past few months. It's been bad. Like I've been eating and I've been packing it on. So I'm trying to lose some weight. So you take the maintenance calories minus 750 and that would be your calorie target. So at the bottom, it's going to show you which plan you're in. So you're going to be in A, B, C, or D according to your range. And then it's going to show you how many of each container you can have each day. So this is per day. So take a look at that. Because once you find what your calorie intake is going to be, then you can figure out what you can eat or how many containers you can eat, and then you can start figuring out what it is that you want to eat. So the nice thing about this plan is I'm not telling you exactly what to eat. I've been on plans where I'm so grossed out by some of the food that I have to eat because somebody else is picking the food and I'm having to follow that food. Where on this one, like on some meals, I'm having bell peppers and onions every single day at lunch. There are some people that hate bell peppers. And so they would just hate me because they had to eat bell peppers every day. So this one here, it's showing you how many of the containers you eat, and you get to decide how you want to fill those containers. There's tally sheets on the program materials too. So if you are plan A, and it would show you how many containers you can have, and then you would put a tally mark each time, or for the day. there's also an app. So I encourage you guys to download the 21 Day Fix app and just go into the App Store, type in 21 Day Fix, download that. You'll put your weight and everything into it, and it's going to tell you your containers. And then you, like, say for breakfast, you're going to have your Shakeology, right? So you would put your Shakeology, what you're going to put into it, and it would keep count of your containers. And then after each meal, you can see how many you have left. Maybe at the end of the day, you need to fill a healthy fat, so you grab some almonds or, you know, something like that. So it's much easier than writing it down, I think. But I mean, if you want to write stuff down, you're more than welcome. But there is the app to help you. There's some sample meal plans. There's regular ones, and then there's also some vegan ones. And I attached a vegan menu plan to the program materials this morning too, just in case. But they are all on the Beachbody On Demand as well. But this is just a sample for one person's meal. So they don't want you eating like, okay, I'm going to eat breakfast, and then I'm not going to eat again until the afternoon and have a snack, and then grab some dinner. You're supposed to be eating consistently throughout the day. So basically what they would suggest, and I know everybody's schedules are a little bit different, but having a breakfast, a snack, a lunch, a snack, and then a dinner. So this person for breakfast had apples, hard-boiled eggs, and oatmeal for breakfast. So that was a purple, red, and a yellow. They had grapes, Shakeology, and an almond butter. And that was a purple, a red, and a teaspoon. Shakeology is red, so that's good to know. For lunch, they had a salad, grilled chicken, quinoa, and dressing. And then snack, they had celery, raw almonds, and a peanut butter. Dinner, they had cooked carrots and flank steak. So they tracked it out, how many containers, and that was their day. But like I said, you get to choose the foods that you like to eat or that you have in your house that would fit. You're also going to need some light dumbbells. So for women, they suggest 3 to 5 pounds for your light set, and then 8 to 10 pounds for your heavier set. But like I said, even with this, it just depends on your fitness level. If you've been working out already, you might need on the heavier side. If you haven't worked out yet, you might want to start on the lighter side. These size weights are pretty cheap. I order on Amazon. They're at Target. They're at Walmart. Anywhere. Ask around. Some people buy weights and they don't even use them. And so I know that my mom had some heavier set weights that I needed. So I'm just borrowing hers because eventually I'll be moving on anyway, and then I didn't have to buy them. So that's an option too. Keeping track of your inches is important as well, because sometimes you won't see a scale movement, but you will see difference in inches. So use a soft scale, or not soft scale, a soft measuring tape. Measure all these different parts of your body. You can keep track of it. So also, you're going to need to take before and after pictures and progress pictures. And those all can be kept in your Challenger app. In your Challenger app. And you do not have to share those unless you choose that you want to, but that kind of stays with you. And I think there's a setting where it says if you wanted to keep them to yourself or if you wanted to share them, but by no means do you have to share your progress pictures. Those are for you. Those are for you to see, and you need to see them. And especially at the end, like you may think like, okay, week 1, here I am. Week 2, I don't feel like I look any different. But when you do your measurements, you're like, oh wow, I lost an inch in my waist. So you might not see that in a picture, but you're going to see that in your measurements. Or it might be the other way around. Your scale doesn't move, but then you do your inches and you've lost, it's kind of a mind trick, the scale. I try to stay off the scale as much as possible, but it's hard because you want to know what you weigh and you want to see that scale moving. But just trust the process. This is kind of introductory. This is getting you going. After you do 21 Day Fix and you want to keep going, you can bump it up to 21 Day Fix Extreme. There's a new program on there called 80 Day Obsession. That's intense, hour-long workouts. So, you can keep going. So you start seeing some results, you start getting your confidence, and then you're going to want to keep going. And the last thing is your food list. And this is kind of like my go-to constantly every week when I'm planning out my meals. Or like today I was not feeling having my potatoes, and so I was looking on here to see if there was anything else that I could substitute for my carbs. So the stuff that is higher to the top is the more kind of whole food nutritious, and then it kind of moves down. It doesn't mean you can't eat the things at the bottom, but what the Autumn says is to, you know, just try and mix up some of the things that you're having. Like at the bottom of your carbs is bread, tortillas, waffles. Up at the top is your sweet potatoes, your quinoa, your beans, your lentils. So obviously the stuff at the top is your little bit more whole food. At the bottom is a little more processed. So mix it up. You know, you're not going to have turkey bacon as your protein. You're going to have turkey bacon for every single meal. You might have it for one, and then and then you're having some grilled chicken or some flank steak or something that's more towards the top, fish, things like that. So keep this with you when you're meal planning. It's super important to know, and you'll start learning some of the things that you do and don't like, or you want to switch it up. Just go back and look at your lists. And then your teaspoon, it didn't come with a teaspoon, but obviously we all know what a teaspoon is. And make sure that you are measuring your teaspoon, because our eyes sometimes are bigger than our teaspoon. So make sure you're measuring the teaspoon. Free foods, water, obviously. You need to be drinking water, water, water. You're supposed to be drinking half your body weight in water. So if you're 140 pounds, you should be drinking 70 ounces of water. So find ways to get your water in. You can add things, fruit, lemon, strawberries, pineapple, whatever you want to add to it. But make sure you're getting your water in. It's super important, especially through the first week. So your first week, you're kind of detoxing. You're drinking Shakeology, which is going to, and I'll talk about Shakeology a little more later, but it's going to make you feel a little bloaty, gassy. You're going to go to the bathroom, things like that. So I don't know where I was going with that, but make sure you're drinking water. It's going to save you, especially your first week. And when it comes to the containers, make it as simple as possible is my motto. I like things to be easy. I'm not huge on recipes that require me to spend a ton of time in measuring. And it's hard when you have crazy recipes to figure out a portion size and all of those things. So if you're into cooking, by all means. But for me, I like to just cook, like I'll cook, say, ground turkey. I'll cook a bunch of it and I'll put it in a container. I'll cook, say that week I'm going to have potatoes with my morning breakfast. I take 3 potatoes, I bake them, I put them in the refrigerator. For my breakfast, I get to have a teaspoon. So I take a teaspoon of coconut oil and I cut up my potato and I fry it in my coconut oil. They're done. I just slice a chunk off, throw the rest back in the refrigerator, and there we go. I take my red container for my ground turkey and I just scoop it right into the container and put it on my plate. With my bell peppers and onions, I take my green container, I scoop them in there, I know how much I can have, and I pour it right on there. So looks can be deceiving with those containers. It seems like a little, but it's actually way more food than you think it is. So make it easy on yourself, especially the first week. Don't go crazy. There are a ton of 21 Day Fix approved meals on Fixate. It's on demand. On demand, and then if you Pinterest 21 Day Fix meals, there's millions of them. So there's tons of ideas. There's dressings, lots of stuff that they have that's 21 Day Fix approved. So take this time for the next few days and into the weekend to decide what you're going to do as far as food. When it comes to my kids, the only meal that we're eating, like sit down together, is dinner. So my kids will always eat whatever protein I have. So I'll usually switch up my protein at dinner and a vegetable and then some sort of carb. At this point, I'm not having a carb with my dinner. So I just eat the meat and the veg. And then I have my kids eat pretty much the same thing. I might add in a pasta or, something else too for them. But, it doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be like you have to have separate stuff for everything. So don't get overwhelmed. And if you have any questions, then let me know. Challenge Tracker app, text me, whatever you want to do. So I'm super excited that you guys are joining, and it's going to be a blast, and you're going to get through it, and you're going to make a better version of yourself. So let me know if you have questions. Bye.